One of the first things to be said about Indian music in general is that it is melodic. What do we mean by saying that a music is melodic? It is easy to confuse the word melodic with the word melodious. To say that a piece of music is melodious is to say that it is pleasant to hear, it is soothing. It is a value judgment to say that the song is melodious or it was rendered melodiously means to say that it was very pleasant to listen to. But to call a form of music melodic is to describe the way the music has been made. A melody, very simply, is just a tune. It is a set of notes struck in succession. And this is opposed to the other way of making music, which is to strike notes simultaneously. In a very fundamental way, melody is common to all music across the world. All kinds of music are fundamentally based on melody. But musical systems like the Western classical notably, they have used harmony to embellish melody, to make the melody much more impactful, much more interesting, to give texture to the music. So we can say that melody and harmony are the basic ways, two fundamental ways of making music. Melody is when notes are struck in succession. This is simply a melody. This is also a melody. Harmony comes into the picture when notes are struck simultaneously. There will be a small demonstration of this. I have Vibha with me. Vibha will play the very well known melody, Old MacDonald Had a Farm, E-I-E-I-O. She will play the line, just the melodic line, and then demonstrate it with the harmony so that you can see the difference. It's just the melodic line now, just the tune, yeah. So that was a tune, the melody, the basic melodic line. Now she'll play it with the harmony. So this is a very simple, very elementary example of harmony. You would have noticed that where la 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 la, there she played with both her hands. Notes were struck simultaneously. That is harmony at a very, very elementary level. Now she will demonstrate a couple other examples of harmony. First playing just the melodic line and then embellishing it with the harmony. This is the second piece that she will play. So this was just the melody, now harmony along with it. So as you can see, both the left and the right hand, they strike simultaneously. Different notes are sounded together, and that creates a certain musical effect, which is what is called harmony. Just one other example. Obviously, needless to say, there are principles of harmony. Not any two notes can be sounded together simultaneously. The musical effect created by certain combinations are going to be much more pleasant than certain others, and it is these principles that have been explored to great lengths in Western classical music, and we have this fantastic musical system of Western harmonic music. Now, harmony, what does it do? It, as you would have seen, when the melody is played, just the tune is played, it has a certain impact, but when the harmony is also introduced, the music suddenly gains another dimension and it lifts off. It becomes that much more exciting. So that's what harmony does. It embellishes the melody. Now, Indian music has no place for harmony. Classical music, for all its glory, there is no place for harmony. And what Western music has achieved in the realm of harmony, Indian music has achieved in the realm of melody. Classical music especially explores the possibilities offered by melody, and it is not just melodic combinations, but it explores melody in terms of nuances. This is something that we will see much later in the course, what we call gamaka, how the notes are handled. It is not just da 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 da. Now, an Indian classical musician would never sing something like this. Da 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 da. Now, this is just a sample of what happens in Indian classical music, specifically Carnatic music. It is melody that is explored horizontally, vertically.